Here are the top stories of the news. Police crack down on Transnational human trafficking syndicate, arrests 6 suspects. Rescues 14 in Ondo State. Federal High Court nullifies PDP's national convention held on November 15 in Ibadan. On the foreign scene, 1,000 demonstrate in Minneapolis across U.S. against Trump's immigration tactics. Good afternoon, welcome to Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television. My name is Olufemi Aliwe. The Ondo State Police Command has arrested 6 suspects and rescued 14 victims in 2 separate cases of transnational human trafficking. The spokesperson of the command, DSP Abayomi Jimo, disclosed these in a statement issued on Saturday. According to the statement, on January 22, 2026, a Togolese national, Mele Yauli, reported at the Yaba police station in Ondo City that he was lured from Togo to Nigeria under the pretext of securing employment in Canada. DSP Chimo said the police swung into action, arrested 6 suspects in connection with the incident, and rescued 3 victims. According to him, preliminary investigations revealed that the suspects were not bandits as initially reported by one Chivo Ojomo of Obaile at the Obaile Divisional Headquarters, but illegal immigrants from the Republic of Chad. Further investigations indicated that the principal suspect, Umaru Baba, allegedly operates as a representative of a company involved in online marketing of various products. DSP Jima said the suspects in both cases have made useful statements, adding that investigations are ongoing to apprehend fleeing suspects. The Court of Appeal sitting in Ilorin has upheld the death sentences imposed on 5 men convicted over the 2018 Offa bank robbery, dismissing their appeals as lacking merit. The Director of Public Prosecution in the state, Mohammed Akmade, who witnessed the proceedings virtually, said the 3 appellant court judges unanimously agreed on the judgment and affirmed the verdict of the High Court, condemning the 5 persons to death by hanging. Another official of the court also disclosed that the appellant court rejected all the grounds of appeal filed by the convicts and ordered their immediate return to prison custody. Although the convicts retained the right to approach the Supreme Court, the officials said the arguments raised at the Court of Appeal were unconvincing and may not succeed if repeated at the apex court. Ayuade Akin Nibosun, Aziz Salaudin, Nihi Ogun Diran, Ibikunle Ogunlaye, and Adiola Abraham were convicted of armed robbery, illegal possession of firearms, and culpable homicide. The conviction stems from the April 2018 coordinated bank robbery in Offa local government area of Kwara State, during which 5 commercial banks were attacked. Turning to politics, the Federal High Court in Ibadan Friday nullified the People's Democratic Party (PDP) National Convention held on November 15, 2025 in Ibadan, the Oyo State. The court also barred Kabiru Turaki and others from presenting themselves as national officers of the party, dealing a significant blow to the faction that emerged from the convention. Despite internal disputes within the party, the PDP went ahead with its highly anticipated 2-day 2025 elective national convention at the Lekan Salami Stadium in Ademashingba, Ibadan. The court's decision follows ongoing leadership disputes within the PDP, which have led to competing factions and legal battles over the party's national leadership and internal processes. Reacting to the ruling in a statement posted on the PDP's X handle on Friday, the party's national publicity secretary, Inyeme Mabong, said the PDP is awaiting the final pronouncement of the appellant courts, which it believes will uphold its position. Meanwhile, Abdul Rahman Mohammed-led PDP caretaker committee has welcomed the court's ruling, calling on all members to embrace unity. Through its National Publicity Secretary, Jun Gude Mohammed, the fraction reaffirmed that the party's legitimacy stems only from adherence to its constitution, laws, and valid court orders. Apologies for that. Moving on, in the meantime, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has recognized the Labour Party National Working Committee (NWC) led by Nanandi Usman. INEC indicated that the move followed a court order mandating the electoral body to do so. Checks on the INEC website as of Friday showed that the umpire has now listed Usman as the caretaker committee chairperson of the Labour Party. Other members of the NWC are Senator Darlington Nwokocha, National Secretary, Hamisu Santuraki, National Treasurer, Aisha Madije, National Financial Secretary, and Eric Efere, National Legal Advisor. The development adds another layer of intrigue to the battle for the leadership of the Labour Party, one of the country's opposition political parties. On January 21, the Federal High Court seated in Abuja recognized the Usman-led NWC, citing Julius Abure as the party's national chairman. Justice Peter Alifu based his action on the verdict of the Supreme Court declaring Nandi as the authentic leader of the Labour Party. The Rivers State government has dismissed claims that it denied the Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike and the Rivers State coordinator of the Renewed Hope Ambassadors, Desmond Akawu, access to the Yakubu Gowon Stadium, Port Harcourt, for the inauguration of a political support group for President Bola Tinubu. Akawu had alleged on Friday that the state government blocked the group from using the stadium for the inauguration of the Renewed Hope Ambassadors. He made the allegation while addressing supporters during the group's inauguration ceremony held at the Captain Elechi Amadi Polytechnic, Port Harcourt. The claim was later reinforced by the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, who in his remarks at the event warned that if access to the facility is denied, again, supporters of the group would forcefully gain entry to use the stadium. Reacting to the allegations, the state government described them as false and misleading, explaining that the stadium is currently undergoing reconstruction and is unsafe for public use. Speaking to journalists on Friday evening after an inspection tour of the facility, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Information and Communications, Dr. Honor Siranwu, said the allegation had no basis.
The state government for the General Gowon Yakubu Stadium, they refused us. But let me say, next time we will do this. If you don't approve it, we will break it by force. I want to say to everyone to hear, enough is enough. We are all from River State. Nobody can deny us the facilities of the state. If you don't agree to give us, we will do the needful and we will take it by force. Heaven will never fall. Everywhere heaven falls, everywhere we got peace. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
To Security, the Defense Headquarters has said it is working with all the federal government agencies to trace and curb the use of drones by terrorists, noting that investigations have reached an advanced stage. The Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Michael Onoja, disclosed this on Friday in Abuja while reeling out recent military successes. In recent months, terrorists operating in the Northeast have increasingly deployed sophisticated drones in attacks on civilians and security personnel, escalating concerns over the evolving tactics of the insurgents. The use of advanced drone technology by terrorist groups has raised questions among security experts and the public about how the weapons are being sourced and the channels through which they are entering the country. Speaking on the matter, Onoja said measures were being taken in collaboration with the relevant agencies to identify the sources of the drones and stop their deployment by non-state actors. According to him, concrete actions are expected to emerge in the coming days or months.
Conducted operations against terrorists in Goza, Damboa, Moba, Askira-Oba, and Konduga local government areas of Borno State. Similar operations were conducted in Michika and Damaturu local government areas of Adamawa and Yobe states, respectively. During the encounters, scores of the terrorists were neutralized, 17 of them were arrested, while 12 kidnapped victims were also rescued. 5 terrorist top commanders and 3 of their lieutenants were neutralized during firefights.
You're watching Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television. We'll be right back after this break.